Welcome to the Magazine Manager and the integration with QuickBooks Web Connector. This is just a short video showing you how the tool actually works. The first thing I'm going to show you here is that we created a new client on this test database. And in order to get that information into QuickBooks, we got to run our report that actually will send this information to QuickBooks. It's called Send Data to QuickBooks. From here we have an option to send customer information, invoice information, and payment information to QuickBooks. First we're going to send the customer information to QuickBooks. We're going to search, and this will display any information we don't currently have there. I'm going to go ahead and select the client and send the selected records to QuickBooks. Once this information is sent to QuickBooks, I can now run my Web Connector. The Web Connector is a tool that Intuitive created, and then we have created a small program that will allow us to send information via the Web Connector to QuickBooks. From here I'm going to go ahead and update the selected data, and it's now going to run. Once completed, I can then go open up my QuickBooks application, and in this case it can now see that Epson is now in here as one of the new clients. Go back to my Magazine Manager. From here I'm going to go ahead and invoice that information. So I have previously created a couple of contracts for Epson, so I have something in the data here or in the system. I'll go ahead and select my invoice template, search by the client. Let's go ahead and choose all unbilled, and then I'll go ahead and select all the invoices that I currently have for Epson and invoice them. As they are being invoiced, I can now go back to my Send Data to QuickBooks report, and now I can search for my invoice information. And as I search for the invoice information, I will now see all the information that's available here is everything that's ready to be invoiced. I can see Epson in here. I'll go ahead and select all, and I'll invoice send all those records to QuickBooks. This takes a second. Again, once that data is sent to QuickBooks, I'm going to open up my QuickBooks Web Connector, and I'm going to go ahead and update the selected, and I will go ahead and start sending that data over. I can now open up my QuickBooks, and I can even see that the balance is going to be increased here as we go along, and we can see each individual invoice being sent to QuickBooks. From here, I can go back into my Magazine Manager, and if I need to actually take payments for any of these invoices, I'll go ahead and look up Epson again, and I'll look for all the open invoices that's currently available, and I will choose one of these, and I'll actually go and apply a payment to that particular invoice. And I'll now apply the payment to one of the invoices that was here, and now I can go to the Send Data to QuickBooks, and I can click on my payment information, and I can click search. And again here we can now see all the information that I currently have in here that's ready to be sent over. And I click Send Data to QuickBooks here again after I apply it all. And again it's going to send this information to the Web Connector. Once the data has been sent, we'll go ahead and run the Web Connector one more time. And now when I open up the QuickBooks, we can now see the payments here being displayed. We can see the payments are being applied at the bottom here. We can actually see each individual payment coming in here. So here, let's go back to. So we see we still have a little bit of a balance here, that invoices that we haven't applied payments to yet. Now in Magazine Manager, from time to time we do know that a payment may need to be voided. If we look up any invoices from Epson here that's currently been paid, we can go ahead and select one of these, and we can then delete a couple of these payments. Let's go ahead and do a couple of these. In order to void an invoice, you simply come in here, you check mark the invoices that you need to void, you unlock the invoices, check them again, void them, and this time you'll see them, they're going to disappear from this particular screen. All we have to do now is run the Web Connector again, and this information is now going to be reflected in QuickBooks as well. So we can see that the amount is now $2,400 instead of $4,800. And that is the conclusion of the Magazine Manager and the integration with the QuickBooks Web Connector.